students are able to use Nearpod. Once you have created an account, and you do notice you can create a free account, and you sign in, you will notice that it will bring you to your home page. Once you get to the home page, there are 5 tabs to navigate through Nearpod. The first one is the library. My library has all the different lessons that have either been created by the subscriber or have been downloaded by others who have made theirs public, or you can also purchase them. Also from the main screen, you see there's Explore, and this is where you can actually go and explore any concept that you may be looking for in terms of mathematically or non-mathematic related. So I could Google something or search for something like slope. So these are all the different lessons that have been created on slope. And when you click on one, and you notice some are free and some are for purchase, but when you click on one, it will come up for you to preview, so you can go through it to make sure that it is something that you would like. Even once you download it into the library, you can also edit it. So here is my library. I have downloaded several from that have already been created. I have created my own. But when you do create or select a lesson that's already been made, then you can have the option to do a live lesson or a student pace. The live lesson allows you to the students to engage in the lesson at the same time that they're in class, and the teacher get immediate feedback. So with the code that comes up after you put a live session, the students sign in, and when they sign in, I have one available for them to sign in. So when they join a lesson, they do the sign in, and then it will come up with them to be able to put their name in, and then they send it. And then this is just what the students see, and they cannot do anything with it. Right now it's just more of a slideshow kind of presentation at this time. The teacher, however, is the one that moves the lesson along. So as you can see the arrows, you push the arrows to move the lesson along. And this is what the students see as you move the lesson. You notice that this is a question, and it's called a toll. And here you have the question, that this is what the students see. You have the question along with the answer choices, and once they select one and hit send, it goes right away to the teacher's screen. And as you can see, the student and what they selected, and that it's incorrect. So it gives you immediate feedback on as the students are answering. You can also see in the top left-hand corner, if it is green, that means everybody that signed on is actively involved into the Nearpod. If any of the time it comes red, that means students have logged off or they're not actively involved into the lesson, and it comes up and tells you who is in the lesson with you and actually involved. You can also, as you move the slide along, you will notice that there's different things that you can add into a presentation. You can just add slides. You could add, you have different types of questioning students can do. So this is a question that the student can actually write on their screen. So they use their tools accordingly, and they write on their screen. And then once they write on their screen, they can say this is a slope of 5/4. Now we know this is a negative, but we can use this as a teaching opportunity. Once they hit send, and it comes up on the teacher's side, once it comes through, you'll notice that this is what the student answered. The teacher can click on it. They can share it with the students, and they can use this as a teaching opportunity. So this is what the teacher sees. This is what the student sees. And then as a class, we could discuss what is wrong with this answer. Well, first of all, we know it is a negative slope. So we see that 5/4 may be correct, but it should be negative because it is going in the negative direction. So this is a great teaching opportunity. You can hit unshare and then close out from there and move on. So from here, you have different things that be incorporated. Here is a actual video. So you can incorporate videos into your slide presentation, other types of drawing activities, and other types of discussion or poll activities that you want to get a quick feedback of how students feel about something. You can make a poll. It's not correct or incorrect. It's more of where students currently fall with the particular topic. And then you can exit out. And once you exit, you can go to back to the home screen and go to reports. And then from reports, you can see all the students who answered the questions, if they got it correct or incorrect, and then you can use that data later on to help reinforce your lessons. From here, I'm going to go to Create to show you how to create a lesson and the different options you have. You can drag and drop in images, you can drag and drop in the PDFs and the PowerPoints, and it will bring up a page for each part of your PDF or PowerPoint, or you can just start from scratch and add. You'll notice you can add content, which is just more of like a slideshow, a video. You can add from the web, which requires some updating, and then you can add an activity, which is what I usually like to add, because then I could do like a draw it, and I can import, like for instance, I can import a graph, and then I can have them plot the point 2, -4. And then I can hit save, and then from there, if I want to look at my question, I can preview it, and then I can make sure it's what I'm looking for, and then I can adjust accordingly. And then I can add another one, and I can add another activity. I can do a quiz within this, and so you can see, you can enter the question, you can add pictures, you can drop in pictures, you can add many answers, and then you can add several questions, and it could just be a quick overall quiz on what was discussed in the lesson. You can also add like a little poll. So if you wanted students to have like a question, how do you feel about slope, or how comfortable are you with slope, or whatever, you can add okay, need help. Okay, so you can have a little poll and therefore insert the poll as well. And then once again, content, you can just add just if you want basic information slides, you can add slides there, or even videos, or even a slideshow, so that way it's just more of informational slides. But once you create it, then I do have to add another one just because I gotta have at least 2. I'm going to drag in another graph, and I'm going to do another plot, the point, let's do -2, -1, and I'm going to save that, and then I can save. I can save this, I can retitle it, plotting points, and then I can continue to add or delete or copy, and then I can save this. I can hit create, and I can tell what grade it's for, if this is more for a 6th grade concept for mathematics, and I can hit submit. And then from there if I go back to my library, then you will see here is my plotting points. I want to save my changes, and then from there I can use it as an in-class lesson, or I can also sign it as student paced, and that will allow students to work on it at home. Well, this concludes my tutorial for Nearpod. I hope you enjoyed it.